Hello there, everybody. I'm WaitWhat, and I'm back with Jisei, where I think we're about to start our own investigation, or something. Sure, examine room. This area is small, but comfortable, with nice lighting and a clean atmosphere. Talk to Miss Bergstrom. Miss Bergstrom is still across the room from me, brooding. Oh boy, this isn't going to be easy. She wasn't willing to give me the benefit of the doubt earlier at all. I approached her carefully, holding my hands out in an attempt to show that I mean her no harm. Hey.
What do you want?
I just want to talk. Try to figure out what happened. She doesn't look convinced. Look, there are other people here. Nothing is going to happen to you. I just want to ask a few questions.
Why are you even doing this?
The why of the matter is complicated. How do I explain it? Well, I want to prove I'm innocent to you, pretty much. I want to prove I'm innocent. After a moment of silence, she lets out a long sigh.
I guess it's okay then. What do you want to know?
What should I ask her? Did you notice anything suspicious about Chance?
That barista? She's a sweet girl, if not a little unrealistic. She'll talk about her dream of being a singer to anyone who will listen.
True.
She often gets livid when anyone says anything that doesn't coincide with her dream. But she's very cheerful otherwise.
Interesting. Livid?
She once tossed hot coffee at a customer for insulting her voice. He only got a few burns on his arm, but I'm pretty sure she was aiming for his face.
And she didn't get fired for that?
The whole thing was settled out of court, and the owner of this place is her father, so naturally she got to keep her job. Honestly, kids these days just get everything handed to them on a silver platter. It's wholly frustrating.
Man. Did you notice anything about Kazi or Kizuki?
I assume you mean that boy over there? He hasn't done anything that seems out of the ordinary. I can't really say one way or another, though.
And that's all I need for now.
Good to know.
Okay. Next. Chance. Chance notices me, looking at her. She giggles and waves at me.
How's it going?
You got changed.
Yeah, I called my manager and he said I should close for the day, so there's really no point in wearing my uniform anymore. But never mind that. How did it go?
How did what go?
Talking with that detective, of course. Did he say anything?
Is it really okay to say that I'm supposed to question everyone? He just wanted me to tell him if I learned anything from talking to you. Nothing in particular. Nothing in particular. He just wanted me to not bother him.
What do you mean by bothering him?
Beats me. So. Did you notice anything suspicious about Kizuki?
Who?
That college kid.
Oh, is that his name? I've never seen him before.
Really? He said that he comes here all the time.
He does? I'm pretty sure I haven't seen him before. Maybe he usually comes at some other time?
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't recall him doing anything weird. He came in, sat up, and spent all his time working on homework.
Did you notice anything suspicious about Miss Bergstrom?
You mean that woman who looks like she's mad at you?
Yeah, her.
Well, she definitely looked like she was in a hurry. Then again, she always does.
She comes here often?
All the time. And she always looks like she's in a hurry. I guess she's a busy woman.
Do you know what Miss Bergstrom does for a living?
I'm pretty sure she works for Biodev Imaging. It's just on the street, so a lot of people who work there like to come by here. I'm afraid I don't know exactly what she does, though.
And I guess that's all I want to talk about for now.
Talk to you later, then.
Okay. Who haven't I talked to? Kizuki. I look over at Kizuki. He's still typing away at his computer. I guess even being at the scene of a murder is an excuse to turn in homework late.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
It looked like Detective Gursky was lecturing you about something. He's a pretty imposing guy.
Is he? Seems to me like he's just doing his job.
I guess I'm just worried he's gonna arrest me or something.
Arrest him? Either this kid is paranoid or he's hiding something. Relax. He won't just randomly arrest you, you know. Although, I don't know if the same goes for me.
What?
He looks confused. Nothing. Detective Gursky's threat to keep me in custody for 48 hours is still looming over my head. I'm really on a short leash. Did you notice anything suspicious about Chance?
The girl who works here? She wouldn't do anything.
Are you sure?
Of course, she works here after all.
That didn't answer my question.
Well, if you're wondering if I saw her do anything weird, I didn't. She was cleaning the espresso machines for a while. She didn't look too happy about that. Then she went into the back kitchen, so I didn't see her anymore.
If she were in the kitchen, she could have gone to the bathroom without you seeing her, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you notice anything suspicious about Miss Bergstrom?
I'm afraid I didn't see her come in. I was busy working at the time. I didn't notice anything until I heard her scream.
End. That's all for now.
Alright then.
So far, we don't know nothing. And since that's a double negative, that means we know something. But no. So, Miss Bergstrom, we don't know what's going on with her. Chance has anger problems, and Kizuki is just a little weird. Let's move to the hallway. As I head towards the hallway, I can hear Detective Gursky speaking on the phone with someone.
According to her ID badge, her name is Sarah Blackmore. She works for a nearby company called Biodev Imaging.
Ooh, Miss Bergstrom. Biodev Imaging? Isn't that where Miss Bergstrom works? I wonder if they knew each other. I peer around the corner to get a better look. He doesn't look very pleased.
I really can't be sure. When will the crime scene investigators get down here? I see. Well, get here as soon as possible, then.
He hangs up before letting out a frustrated sigh. As he does, he sees me looking at him.
Whoa! How long have you been there? How much of that conversation did you hear?
Oh boy. Not gonna lie. The part about Sarah and Biodev Imaging.
So, pretty much everything, then.
I guess so.
And do you have anything useful to tell me?
Whew. Jen says she saw Zara come in around 2. Mr. worked out of imaging. Kizaki says he comes here all the time, but Chance claims she's never seen him. Just some pretty explosive anger issues. Well, go down the list potentially. Chen says she saw Sarah come in around 2.
Interesting. So, Sarah must have been killed sometime between 2 o'clock and 2:40. The first thing to do is see if anyone has an alibi for that time period, then.
Kizuki says he comes here all the time, but Chance claims she's never seen him.
Do you think he's lying?
I don't know. He seems honest enough, but he could very well be pretending.
Why don't you test him, then? If he really comes here often, he'll be able to answer questions about this place without any problems.
I guess so. Chance has some pretty explosive anger issues. She tried to burn a guy with hot coffee once because he insulted her voice.
Really? I'd hate to be that guy. Still, one act of violence doesn't make her a murderer. It might be worth looking into it, though, if you can find a way to be tactful about it.
And finally, Miss Bergstrom works for Biodev Imaging. Chance told me that a lot of people who work there like to come here to eat.
Do you know what Miss Bergstrom does at Biodev Imaging?
No.
It probably wouldn't hurt to ask her.
Alright. I don't really have more I can tell you.
Alright.
Talk to him. Sure. No, that didn't do anything.
I see.
There are a couple trendy paintings hanging on the wall. The only other things in the hallway are me and Detective Gursky. Move. There's more places. Men's restroom. Examine. It looks like the women's restroom. Well, except for the dead body. Actually, it looks like there's an emergency exit in here too. It's the kind that only opens from the inside. I bet the killer could have slipped out through here without being seen by anyone in the coffee shop. Move to the hallway. I don't think I'm allowed in there with the dead body. Alright. Back to the main area. I head back to the main area to investigate some more, but as I do, I hear a strange voice echoing from the hallway.
Hey, detective, you should really watch your step.
What? Who are you? I spin around, looking for the source of the voice, but I don't see anyone talking or even looking in my
I'm
direction.
here to help, but before you ask, I can't hear you, so don't bother trying to say anything.
The voice seems to be coming from inside my head? Yeah, but if you can't hear me, that makes communication rather difficult now, doesn't it?
Of course, since I can't hear you, that makes communication rather difficult.
Yes. Never mind.
I know you're different from other people. You can see things that others can't. That means we're alike.
Alike? Yeah, right. I don't go around randomly speaking inside of other people's heads.
There's a lot more going on here than just a simple murder. Watch your step and trust no one. I'll tell you more as soon as I know it.
I wait for a few seconds, but the voice is gone. No one else seems to have heard it. So I guess it really was all in my head. Ugh, this is getting even more troublesome by the minute. First I'm accused of murder, now some random person is dropping thoughts in my head. Or hey, maybe I'm just going crazy. I should probably be a lot more surprised or freaked out by this turn of events, but the only thing that surprised me right now is how unsurprised I am. I shuffle tiredly into the main area of the coffee shop and sit down, burying my head into my hands.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really? You've been looking terrible all day. Oh, let me get you something to drink.
Chance hurries around to the counter and begins mixing a drink for me. I lean back and take in the smell of coffee. It's really relaxing.
Here you go.
She hands me a hot cup brimming full of hot latte. I take a sip and my body suddenly feels alive again. The smell, the steam. I seriously doubt I'd ever be able to function without this stuff. I take another sip, and then another, enjoying the flavor and the heat. I feel like I can finally think. Yes, I'm addicted. That was good, and you made it so quickly.
Of course I did. Sometimes things get really busy in here. That counter is designed with everything we need to mix drinks quickly. Of course, if we want to do other things like make sandwiches, that's all in the back kitchen.
Chance looks pretty happy right now. Maybe this is a good time to ask her about that one guy who insulted her. I better find a good way to ask about this, or I might wind up with this latte in my face. Yeah. Do you like your job here?
Huh? I guess so. Although sometimes it gets pretty tiring. But that's how it is with any job, right?
I guess so. But I heard that you had a lot of trouble with a certain customer here once.
Oh yeah. That was a particularly bad day. That
I
jerk
bet.
was just flaunting his new girlfriend in my face.
New girlfriend?
My ex-boyfriend broke up with me here at work by bringing his new girlfriend here and telling me we were over. He said he didn't want to be with someone who had such unrealistic dreams. Either way, that was a long time ago, and unlike the rumors, it has nothing to do with him insulting my singing voice.
That clears that up. Wow. Sorry about that.
It's fine. It all worked out in the end. Anyway, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask.
Alrighty. Well, we'll ask right now. What were you doing between 2 and 2:40?
Working, of course. Afternoons like this are always slow, so it's usually just me and the manager. Although my manager is currently out at the store.
Okay. Why did your manager go to the store? Manister? Is that what I said? I don't know. Whatever.
We ran out of soy milk. I forgot to restock yesterday and he kinda got mad at me. I had to come out here and clean all the espresso machines as punishment.
Do you know anyone named Sarah Blackmore?
I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. Even if I did know her, I probably couldn't tell you.
Alright, well, that's that. I guess that's all I want to talk about for now.
Talk to you later then.
Okay, next, go back to Miss Bergstrom. What were you doing between 2 and 2:40?
Around 2, I think I was finishing up some work in the office. Then I headed out for a late lunch. I usually grab a sandwich and an espresso from this place.
Were you with anyone else at the time?
Of course not. Everyone else had already left for lunch.
What did you order when you got here?
Nothing. I went straight to the restroom, and then I saw you.
Okay. Why did you just head straight to the bathroom instead of ordering?
I always wash my hands first. It's filthy to do anything else, and I can't exactly afford to be ill.
Fair enough. What do you do for a living?
Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious.
Well, I do a lot of things. Mostly human resources management.
Human resources? As in...
The usual things. Recruiting new blood, organizing and training employees, writing policies, and the like.
Wow, that's a lot. Do you know anyone named Sarah Blackmore?
I can't say I do. Should I?
Nope. That's all I need for now.
Good to know.
Okay. Kizuki, your turn. What were you doing between 2 and 2:40?
Studying, mostly.
Mostly?
I was also chatting with a friend online. Sometimes I get distracted.
Don't we all? I don't blame you. Do you really come here that often?
Of course I do. Why do you ask?
I'm just curious about this place. Do you know what kind of sandwiches they sell here?
They rotate them. The two for today are tapenade with avocado and turkey and brie.
I see. And how much does a green tea cost?
A shaken green iced tea or a green tea smoothie?
Either.
The shaken green iced tea is only $2.65, but the green tea smoothie is $3.70.
Thanks. Wow, this guy knows this place pretty well. Almost uncannily so. I guess he really does come here often. I wonder why Chance doesn't recognize him. Do you know anyone named Sarah Blackmore?
Sarah? No, I don't think I do.
Right. Wow, that's quite possibly the most guilty reaction I've ever seen. This guy would be terrible at poker. Alright. That's all for now. The glass case filled with freshly made sandwiches. Sure enough, the two specials of the day are tapenade with avocado and turkey and Bree. Kizuki was right. Alright. Copper. What should I tell him? Well, did you know that there's an emergency exit in the men's room?
Yeah, I noticed that. There isn't an alarm on the door either, so it's possible that the murderer escaped through there without being detected.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If the murderer did go through there, he or she was probably the last person who passed through. It's possible that there was some evidence left behind in there.
Okay. No one here has a full alibi. Chance and Kizuki both saw each other for a while, but Chance was in the back kitchen around the time of the murder. She could have slipped away without being seen, or Kizuki could have gone past the kitchen without her noticing. Miss Bergstrom claimed she was working at that time, but there's no way to corroborate her story.
So all of them had an opportunity. But what about a means and a motive? We need to figure out why someone would want Sarah dead in the first place.
Miss Bergstrom was really evasive about her job. When I asked her about it, she didn't seem to want to tell me much about it. She did say she's in human resources, though.
Is that so? I suppose she's pretty high up on the totem pole, then. I think Sarah was just a secretary with low-level clearance, so it's doubtful they'd have met. Still, it's definitely something worth keeping in mind. Ask around and see if anyone knows anything about biodev imaging.
I love how it's my job to do all the interrogating now, and not the cops. But, okay. Chance only got violent because the guy was her ex-boyfriend. Turns out she threw hot coffee at him because he broke up with her.
Well, that makes a lot more sense than just attacking some random guy. But that doesn't change the fact that she has anger issues. Plus, things aren't exactly looking up for her right now.
True. What do you mean?
I examined the knife in Sarah's chest. It's an industry-grade kitchen knife, and it's part of the set. I'm willing to bet that the rest of the set is in the kitchen here.
You're saying that Chance is the one who killed Sarah?
No, I'm saying that whoever stabbed Sarah had access to the kitchen at some point in time.
Come on, guy. Me, my character. It's obvious he's not just up and blaming her, but saying she's a suspect. And they have some proof. Yeah, whatever.
Why? Do you think she did it?
My vision is correct. Sarah died by suffocation, not stabbing. But even so, the knife is still there. Maybe Chance did have a hand in this? I doubt it. I doubt she had anything to do with this.
What makes you say that?
Well, if I were going to murder someone, I wouldn't do it at my workplace with a weapon that only I have access to. It's ridiculous.
Good point, but she's obviously not the type for premeditated murder. If it's her, it was likely an impulsive decision. If you can find a motive, then we'll be getting somewhere.
What should I tell him? Except for Kizuki, no one here recognizes the name Sarah Blackmore.
Well, naturally the killer is going to deny knowing her, but if no one here seems to recognize her, she probably didn't want to be known. I wonder what she was hiding.
Alright. I don't really have more I can tell you.
Keep digging.
I see. So this is how the game works.
Hey, detective.
Great. The voice in my head is back.
It looks like you have the most freedom out of everyone right now. See if you can get a better look at the corpse. You might find something useful.
Easy for you to say. Somehow I doubt Gursky will just let me waltz in there.
I'll try to set up a distraction for you.
Great. A distraction. Like what? Blowing stuff up with your mind? Before I can think any more on the subject, a loud crash echoes from the coffee shop.
What happened?
I don't know. It sounds pretty serious, though.
Great. Just what I need.
Wow. Thanks, random voice. Guess I owe you for this one. Detective Gursky is currently in the main area because of that crash. If I move fast, I can probably get a quick peek at the crime scene again. Probably a bad idea, but let's do it. I definitely don't have enough time to read the death, but I can still check the body for clues. There's a tan line on Sarah's wrist, like she was wearing a watch or a bracelet or something. Maybe it came off when she was struggling against her attacker? I look around the room some more, but I can't find any sign of whatever was on Sarah's wrist. The bathroom looks clean, and there are no signs of struggle. Weird. I certainly wouldn't just let someone stab me in the front without putting up some sort of fight. I really shouldn't stay here any longer. Alright. I head back into the hallway. Detective Gursky is still nowhere to be seen. Looks like I made it out safely. Whatever happened was enough of a distraction, I guess. Still, it bothers me that my mysterious benefactor seems to know what I'm up to, but only some of the time. If it were someone in here with me, then all my movements would be readily obvious. But it seems more like someone who's getting regular reports on what I've been doing. Someone inside the coffee shop must be communicating with someone on the outside. I need to figure out who it is. I guess I'll have to keep an eye out for someone who's communicating with the outside world frequently.
Oh, there you are.
Hey.
Something wrong?
No, nothing. I was just trying to stay out of the way in case stay out of the way in case anything bad happened. What was the loud noise anyway?
Just an accident.
I see. An accident, huh? I wonder what caused it. Back to the other room. Another round of chat. What do you know about Nap? What was the loud crash earlier?
Oh, that? I just dropped some dishes. I was cleaning up and that guy Kizaki offered to help.
Kizaki.
When I handed him a tray loaded with dishes, I let go before he had a good grip on it, so it fell. Don't worry, nothing broke.
That's good.
Although it's weird, I really thought he had a grip on that tray, but it slipped anyway. It's almost like he did it on purpose. Although he's been acting pretty strange all day. Now that I think about it, I think he was watching that woman when she first came in. As soon as she came in, he kept staring at her. At first I thought he was just being a teenage guy and staring at women, but looking back on it, it seems like he was observing her. Do you think I should have reported him?
No. It's not a crime to look at another person. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Besides, didn't you say that the murderer has probably run away by now?
That's right. I guess I'm overthinking this. Thanks.
Interesting. Kizaki is more and more suspicious. So, what do you know about Biodev imaging?
I think they have something to do with medical stuff, but I'm not sure.
Okay. That's all for now.
Talk to you later then.
Bergstrom? So, what was that loud crash earlier?
Just those two kids dropping a pile of dishes all over the floor. Honestly, it gave me such a fright. I thought my heart was about to leap out of my chest. It's a miracle that no one was hurt. I noticed that boy pushed the girl out of the way just in time. He has some quick reflexes.
Interesting. So, do you know anything about Biodev imaging?
Plenty, seeing as I work there. We're a medical group that creates artificial organs. There's a huge demand for organ implants, but there are very few available donors, and compatibility is always an issue. We make things like artificial lungs and bionic hearts.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
It's more than impressive. We're saving lives.
Okay. That's all I need.
I hope it helped.
Probably did. Kizaki. So, the crash?
Oh, that? Well, I didn't have anything to do, so I decided to help Chance clean up the place. She handed me a tray loaded with dishes, and it was a lot heavier than I thought, so I kinda dropped it.
Nice. About imaging. You know it?
Biodev? That's a biological engineering company, isn't it?
Well, biodev engineering, whatever.
They specialize in body parts like artificial hearts and lungs and such. But lately, they've expanded their research to trying to grow replacement organs from living cells.
You know a lot. Yeah, exactly.
No, I just happen to know about them because they're a big deal at my school. They funded a good portion of the biomedical engineering program there, so their name is all over the place.
Well, that's all for now.
Alright then.
Anything new if I go back? Nope.
Okay.
Right. Examine. Chance is sitting near me, sending text to someone on her phone. I wonder what she's saying. It's very small, but comfortable with nice lighting and clean atmosphere. Alright, gonna ask Chance about who are you texting?
Huh? Oh, my boyfriend.
Didn't he break up with you?
That was a different boyfriend.
Right. Sorry.
This one's a lot better. He's much smarter and he gives me anything I ask for. Even if he's a little bit older than me, I still love him.
Sounds more like she picked up a sugar daddy rather than a boyfriend.
I'm telling him everything that happened today so he can comfort me and help me feel better.
Oh. Are you sure it's okay to just tell him about it?
Of course it is. I wouldn't be able to stay this calm otherwise.
Yeah, but you're kinda at a crime scene. I'm fairly certain the police wouldn't want you broadcasting the details of a murder before they even solve it. Don't you think you're being a little too reliant on him? You're making it sound like you can't cope on your own.
You'll understand one day when you get a girlfriend of your own.
What?
You've never dated anyone before, have you?
Well, no, but
Then you don't know what it's like.
fair enough. So she's definitely telling someone about everything going on in here. But somehow I doubt her boyfriend is the one giving me random hints. I suppose I should keep looking. I guess that's all I want to talk about.
Alright.
Keep examining the room. Miss Bergstrom is working away on her smartphone, firing off one email after another. She must be pretty serious about her job. Can I talk to her? Who are you emailing?
Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious. I'm kind of surprised you're still working at a time like this.
The world doesn't stop spinning just because one person died.
Yikes, that's a cold outlook. Even if it is accurate.
If you must know, I'm emailing some partners in Germany, finishing a draft of a new policy for some of my coworkers, and rearranging my schedule to make up for a meeting I'm missing right now.
You sound busy.
I am. So, if you could leave me alone, I'd really appreciate it.
Right, sorry. Well, she's definitely writing a lot. She clearly isn't paying attention to anything that's going on here. I suppose Miss Business isn't the one spying on me. Better keep looking.
I hope it
Yep.
helped.
Kizuki is still working on his computer. Does this guy ever take a break from homework? He keeps pausing. Looks more like he's chatting on an instant messenger. Interesting. Yep. Who you chatting with?
Who? My sister?
Your sister?
Yeah, she and I are really close, so I always go to her for advice. I just needed someone to talk to. It's not weird, is it?
Of course not. It makes sense that you'd want to talk to family when something like this happens.
Do you have a sister too?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. So are you an only child then?
My sister died 3 years ago.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's not like it was your fault or anything.
If it's not too personal a question, can I ask what happened?
She was shot once, in the chest. She died of a collapsed lung long before the paramedics arrived.
Did they ever catch the guy who shot her?
No.
I'm sorry.
Just forget I said anything, okay? Okay. Well, we learned something about him. About me. Whatever. It's very small, comfortable. Alright. last in this episode,
Hey,
after we
detective.
go...
I heard you were asking around about someone named Sarah Blackmore. She's the victim, isn't she? I did some research and it looks like she has an interesting history. In fact, I think I know why she was killed. The rumors among various sources say she's a corporate spy. She steals and sells top secret information. There are a lot of big name companies after her for what she's done. Her last job was at Otten Engineering, a company that specializes in growing organs from living cells.
So, a competitor with biodev engineering. Organs from living cells. Isn't that what biodev imaging is working on? Engineering. Imaging. Okay. Oh, I see a
She
pattern.
resigned recently saying she was pursuing a new direction in her life, but I'm guessing it's only because she obtained whatever information she was looking for. If she was supposed to meet up with someone to hand over information, she should have it with her, probably on a secure USB. It'll likely be disguised as something else that she can always keep on her person, like a keychain. If you can find it, you'll probably have your murderer.
I guess I'll have to keep an eye out for something that looks like a disguised USB drive. Like that'll be easy. I can't help but feel uneasy about this though. My mysterious information source is being very generous. Somehow, I don't think this person is just doling out information for free. There must be an ulterior motive. Alright. Paintings. Dr. Gursky. Trent says that Kizuki was watching Sarah.
Watching her? Like a stalker or something?
I guess?
I wonder why she didn't mention this before.
She said she just remembered.
Interesting. If he was watching her, then he probably knows something. But since he came here first, he must have been expecting her to come here. That means she definitely came here to meet someone. Try to find out how he knows about that.
And how will I figure that out?
Why don't you just ask him?
Really?
I get the feeling you'll get something interesting if you ask.
Alright. I think Sarah is a corporate spy.
Really? What makes you think that?
I don't suppose I could just tell him I heard it from a voice in my head. I did some research on her. I borrowed Kizaki's computer and looked her up online.
And?
She used to work at Otten Engineering, a company that specialized in growing organs from cells. Biodev Imaging is currently trying to expand to do the same thing. She just resigned from Otten Engineering and now she's working for Biodev Imaging. You yourself said that she was just a secretary, so clearly she's not working for these companies because she has a specific skill set needed for this line of work. She's probably after something that Biodev Imaging has.
That's one possibility.
One possibility?
The key here is to figure out who she's working for. For instance, she could have been working for Biodev Imaging by stealing information from Otten Engineering. If it's like that, then this could be a move by Otten Engineering to retrieve information before it winds up with Biodev Imaging. Or, conversely, she could have been working for Otten Engineering and stealing information from Biodev Imaging. In that case, anyone from Biodev Imaging now becomes a primary suspect. Of course, that doesn't rule out other motives, but this seems like the most logical one. Corporations like this are cutthroat at best. It's always a race to see who can get results the fastest so they can get a larger market share or government grants. Rather than work together, they do whatever it takes to get ahead of the competition. And when they can't be vindicated through lawsuits and manipulation of the laws, they'll resort to darker practices. Looks like it's time to learn more about Otten Engineering.
That's that. I don't really have more I can tell you.
Alright.
Back to the main area. And I get the feeling it's been going on for a while, so I'm going to end this episode here. Hope you're still enjoying it. The information is slowly coming together, but I'll be back with more real soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.